ladies and gentlemen, Lamelo Ball, MB1, the one of one, he can very well find himself and the Charlotte Hornets completely behind the 8 ball, ladies and gentlemen. When this man returns, things are starting to get a little troubling and horrifying, to say the least. I am very concerned for the situation going on right now in Charlotte. It's starting to rear its ugly head. I'm not even going to lie to you right now. Listen, with LaMelo Ball, the report saying that he will miss the beginning of the season, there is no timetable. All we know is that it's a grade 2 ankle. This is hurtful. This is truly hurtful. All we can hope for LaMelo Ball is a speedy recovery. I do want to pump the brakes to all Melo fans out there. This is not something that I think we need to, lose our minds over. At the end of the day, it's an ankle. I expect Melo to be back ready to go as soon as possible, as soon as he's ready to say the least, man. We can't rush this, man. He is the future at the end of the day. So let's hope nothing but the best. But it just hurts me just to look at the schedule. I think we would be naive not to look and see what's going on, because the Charlotte Hornets going to have their work cut out for them. We already know they got another preseason game, and then they right in to the regular season, under new coach Steve Clifford. They open up, ladies and gentlemen, against the San Antonio Spurs in San Antonio. I spoke to you guys and told everyone the importance of that game. Listen, I don't know what's gonna go down. I predicted that they will win the first 2 games. I got everything on hold right now. Everything is on hold. You look at the star-studded event. I mean, they easily could lose like the first 5 games, easy. When you got the Spurs, the Pelicans, the Hawks in Atlanta, New York in New York, Orlando in Orlando. I mean, this could get crazy. Right away, I see 5-game losing streak if they don't, do something. This team, the elephant in the room, Bridges, they didn't make any crazy moves, and no Melo. I'm telling you, with just a couple of games where most people would view this as not that serious, but for the Charlotte Hornets, this shit is fucking a state of emergency. Who holds down the fort? Who's going to step up? I think when you look at guys like Book Knight, when you look at guys that have been some of the mainstays that have been on the roster, I think they need to come more to the forefront. The guys like Terry Rozier. You look back years ago again about Scary Terry. This man tried to go toe-to-toe with Kyrie Irving. They're going to need some more of that fire out of Scary Terry this time around. He going to have to bring that intensity, because the Hornets are down, and nobody knows how they're going to get back up. Seriously, all jokes aside, I could only hope but for the best for this team, truly. But I'm truly horrified about this situation, about LaMelo Ball, and like I said, the Hornets just they could not afford this. Out of everything that could have went wrong, they just could not afford this. I want everybody to know, what was your thoughts? I know when we seen the ankle injury yesterday, like I said, nobody could predict the situation where he would miss time. It would squeak into the regular season. And that's the crazy part about preseason. We see a lot of stars, they maybe not even going to play the preseason, or they'll play a little bit, or they coasting, and this is what people are afraid of. If you're the Charlotte Hornets, I know they kicking themselves, that this man just, hurt himself. He can't make the beginning of the start of the regular season. Due to the preseason. But the Hornets are a young team. They can't afford to rest guys during the preseason. This team is developing. They have developing talent. We all know LaMelo Ball has arrived, but he still has some development to do as well. He's not a finished product. This man is going into his 3rd season, so he's going to be bringing his game to another level. I hate that it happened for him like this, but the best part I could say is he did go through training camp. He played preseason, so it's not like this situation stopped him from participating in the preseason. He got full preseason reps, especially as a starting point guard and the leader. You know, he was there the whole time. Like I said, he's missing the tail end, but that I don't feel like it's going to be that serious in terms for him. You know, but when you think of the whole spectrum, it's crazy. Steve Clifford got to roll his sleeves up. He got to do something. Does this add any urgency to Charlotte to possibly make a move? What is even the thought process of Charlotte? You know, I think that's something that we need to discuss in the future. You know, is it winning? You know, or is it, let's just see what happens? You know, what approach is this going on? Because then that'll be a better way to decipher on the moves that need to be made. Because right now it's looking like the Hornets got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You know, they don't know what they want to be. They haven't made a commitment. Are they committed to winning, or are they committed to a rebuild? And I think that's something that they need to answer to the fan base and to this organization and the roster. Let's see how long it takes for us to get those answers. But this hurts. You know, you look at these teams, they've got a lot of teams that's, you know, headed to the postseason, you know, especially when you start to look at some of this shit. You know, when you look at the Pelicans, they you know, they was in the postseason. They looking like perennial postseason threats. You look at Atlanta. Atlanta was a serious problem. You know, so everybody's concerned about Atlanta. New York, they done retooled the whole situation. I'm loving what New York is doing. You know, Orlando with the new rookie, the #1 overall pick. I think no matter who the hell is on that roster, they should have a dogfight at San Antonio. And be 100 with you, the Spurs is tanking, minus Lamelo Ball or not. They gotta bring it. You know, they got some young talent there that I feel like that you know the Hornets could really match up against. Vassell, you know, some of these other names. You know, the Spurs they're not charting out no DeJounte Murray. There's no Ginobili coming out the back, no Duncan, you know, so all that's dead. You know, they clearly going for something in the draft. So the Hornets must go in San Antonio and try to put a stop to them, because they could really get the season off going on the right start. That'll give them some, you know, enthusiasm headed into the home opener with New Orleans, and I still think that's going to be a tough battle for them. But I think that they can win game 1 still, you know, but it's going to be even worse, like even harder, you know, but it's all about with San Antonio's approach. If they just want to give this game away, it's looking like the Hornets want to win a little bit more than the Spurs do. You know, it is what it is. You know, give credit to the Hornets. They tried to make moves, but things just couldn't fall through for whatever reason. You know, it is what it is. But give credit to the Charlotte Hornets, man. They're going to be doing their thing, man. You know, just be on the lookout, man. We're going to be tuned into this team all season long, man. Keeping everybody in tune to what's happening. Everybody hit that like button. If you're new, most definitely hit that subscribe button. It's Flight Sports. You already know what time it is, man. Hornets basketball. We will have coverage for you. Despite Lamelo being out, this opens a major opportunity for many players. You know, one, LiAngelo Ball, who we'll be getting into soon. You know, so, I mean, like I said, we could look at this as a disaster, or we could look at it as a blessing. You know, bottom line is more opportunity is here. You know, so they need to do some hold down the fort. Everybody's writing off Charlotte, you know. Who's going to write them in? You know, I'm rolling with the Hornets. I got the utmost confidence, and I hope that they can overcome this crazy situation that they find themselves in. It's Flight Sports TV.